Hola, mis espíritus. How is everyone? Well, as suspected, I ran out of time. So today is a new day, and we are going to do those fun jelly prints. I went through, I sorted and collected a bunch of papers that we will add to our journals. They're not cut down or anything. The only thing I've done with them so far is pages that were too short. I attached them to another piece of paper. Nothing super crazy or fancy about it, just a little bit of Fabrifix on the seam line. And that's it. I have 30 pages here. We'll talk more about pages after we jelly print a few. We'll talk about how many pages per signature and what size everything is, the book and the pages and everything. But today we are just having fun. I promised you all that we would do some fun jelly prints. I picked out a few colors here. I still have some dirty green and brown. Oh, I didn't mention in the last video, don't clean your jelly plate. I don't know if you're supposed to clean your brayer. I see tons and tons of artists not cleaning their brayers. I do occasionally if there's a lot of really thick layers of paint on there. But right now there's not, just a little like a yellow ochre rusty sort of thing. But that's about it. Occasionally I'll clean it off. Today we picked out some Hooker's Green, Sap Green. These are all Winsor & Newton first. Phthalo Green. And phthalo is spelled Phthalo, but it actually has a longer name that no one can pronounce. Anyways, phthaloxylene, something like that. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is phthalocyanine, which might just mean blue. Sorry. Anyways, raw umber. And then we'll do the Matisse, which is Australian Sienna, and Southern Ocean Blue, which is really just phthalo blue and phthalo green mixed. Phthalo blue here. And then in the Liquitex Basics, the little mini ones, we have Bright Aqua Green, Brilliant Yellow Green, and Cadmium Orange Hue. I have a couple of paints down on the floor that I can go to if I need, but I think this is good for now. And since we have some dirty green brownie colors here, I think we will start in that direction and then get brighter. And the first one we're going to do, I'm going to try some new stencils I made. And I'll show you all, and I'll tell you how I made them. And if you're interested, I can make a video on that too. Also, I'm going to get some sap green to start out, and I'll see how I feel and let you know if anything changes. I was talking the other day about how I am missing a whole bunch of my paints, and so I was talking to my sister. She and I are creative folk together, and a lot of times if there's a big purchase or something that we want to do, we'll split the purchase, or I'll buy one item and she'll buy the other item, and we will make things for one another, and it's how we kind of cut costs down and stuff. And I am going to be getting some new paints here soon, and I can review them definitely. I've never tried them before, so we will see how that goes. Some of the paints that I'm getting are specifically for jelly printing. Some are for mixed media work, art journal work, but we can also definitely use them for jelly printing. I think on top of this sap green here, actually, you know what? Thinking. Thinking before I make a decision. Yeah, let's add a little bit of hooker's green on this. Did I tell you that I had? I don't remember saying. But yeah, there's hooker's green up here too. Ah, it won't open. I'm sorry. Ugh. When all else fails, use your teeth. No, don't use your teeth. That can be dangerous. Go get like a tool. Oh no, the lid. Okay, go get a tool and like be safe. Safety first. Remember, always safety first. All right, a little bit of hookers. Oh yeah, that's good. And I think I'll just leave it like that. I don't think I'm gonna add any other colors. But I am going to be very intentional with where I allow the hooker's green to go. No, I'm not. I lied. It didn't feel right just leaving that spot open in a rectangular pattern. Ooh, that's pretty. Just my little scrape off over here. There must be something under it or something because it has like a cool imprint on it. All right, cool stencils that I made the other day. These, we'll start with these because these are like the underdogs. These are just sheets of cardboard, and you can make these with a hot glue gun and glue sticks, but I rarely ever get glue sticks for the hot glue gun because I rarely use the glue gun. And then a project will come up, I'll need glue sticks, so I'll go out and I'll get glue sticks, and I'll use them all up in that project. And then the next time I'll come around, I'll go, oh, I just bought some. And I go look and I'm like, oh, wait, no, I used them all up. Now I have to buy new again. So I actually used glitter glue. And this is pink, which turned kind of orange, and green. The one that I found that worked best, it's just plain old Elmer's glitter glue, but it's silver, which I'll show you in a second. But these really swirly, random, organic patterns can do something really, really cool with your jelly prints. And I am really interested to see that in action. Oh yeah, that's actually looking really, really cool. One more here because that one didn't come out so great. Salem is at the door begging to come in. Mom kicked him out so that I could do a video. This is one of the ones with the silver. I like the silver a little bit better because it's thicker and it stays thicker. It doesn't flatten out as much as the other colors. So we will put this one here. Oh, that's so cool. And I am going to go ahead and pause you guys. I'm going to let this dry. And then when we come back, we will add some more colors on top. And I'll show you how a cool way to go about doing that. I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. It took like 2 seconds. But the reason why it took 2 seconds is because I cheated. And I used a hairdryer on low and on cool. You don't want to use heat products on a gel plate. So I just used that very lightly. Took 2 seconds. Now we are going to add, I have a little raw umber here. Yeah. We are going to, if I can open it, remember I can't open these Winsor Newton tubes. I really like the Matisse bottles. Don't be like me. Don't use your teeth. They have little flip taps here. Unfortunately, these fall off sometimes, which kind of stinks. All right. we are actually going to put this on the scrape off area and not on the actual jelly plate quite yet. I'm doing raw umber, and I believe this is Australian sienna. Yes. Matisse, I believe, is an Australian brand of paint. And then we will mix these up a little bit with my handy dandy little dome dauber. There's a couple of places where you can get dome daubers like these. I think I just got these from either Joann's or Michael's or even maybe Walmart. It was like a grab bag. They're just junky little daubers, but you can get some really nice daubers through the Silver Brush line. There is an artist, her name is Cinnamon Cooney, the art Sherpa, and she has a set of daubers. All I'm doing here is just pouncing it in the corner. And remember, since we let that green layer dry, this layer that we're adding here should not blend with the green. It shouldn't smudge all those pretty stencils that you put down. It should actually end up, when we do a pull from it, it will become the background color. So I'm just going around the border here, trying to make the border a little bit darker. For funsies, I don't have a clear goal that I'm attempting to achieve here. I just wanted to use some stencils and sponges and found objects around the home that you can use, because there's 1,000,001 stencils that you can buy. You can pay an arm and a leg for all the stencils in the world. But there's also some really cool things just in your own home that you can use so that you don't have to spend a bucket of money. And I think that's it. I think I'm going to let that layer be. Right underneath you, I have a bucket of water, and I have it, because I like to play with technology and water, right behind you, and I'm going to dump this in there because I don't want it to dry to the sponge. So that will just sit in there and soak while we continue working. And I think I'll add, is this one? Yeah, this one's a little transparent. I'm going to let this dry. I'll pause you. I'll let it dry again. Probably use a hairdryer on it. And then I will add some brilliant yellow green. It is semi-transparent, semi-opaque. So I'm going to add that like to the middle, and hopefully there's still some see-through ability there, because the first paper I'm going to print on is scrapbook paper. I don't want to cover up that beautiful design. So pause you real quick, and I'll be right back. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to pause you. I'm going to time-lapse this and speed it up for you, as much as I can anyways. I'll try to be fast. Okay, it's not perfectly dry, but it is dry enough for me. And I am just putting some of this bright yellow green on the plate. I'm going to try to spread it out really thin, because I would really like to be able to see through it when everything is all said and done. Offloading some of the paint. Yeah, that's good. Already starting to dry again right here on the jelly plate, which I don't hate. Alright, we're going to get a paper right quick. Lay it on down. And as soon as I don't remember what this is called when you like push it down like this. I don't remember if it's just brayering it with your hands, pressing it. I'm not sure. But as soon as I'm done pressing this down, I'll do a quick peek-see, even though I don't think you're supposed to, to decide whether or not I'm going to pause you or speed you up or how we're going to handle that. I have a scraper here. I don't remember where I got these. Probably Michael's. They're just little plastic flat shapes. There's a couple of them that I have. We might use some in a little while. Some of the other shapes, I mean. That should be good. I don't think I'm going to have to wait for it long. Nope. Not long. I'm going to peel it up right now. And there will be some paint scabs, but that's okay. We have plenty more prints we can do today. I have the time. That I think is really very pretty. And you can still see some of the scrapbooking paper underneath. I love the organic design. The border one. That's really nice. I like that. Let us do another one for the other side of this, I suppose. Thinking. And we'll go on to the next. No, we'll stay here. No, we'll go on to the next. We'll let this one dry off a little bit. Over there on the altar. All right. I'm going to reach down really quick. This is a Rumbacher Academy acrylic phthalo yellow green. And the only reason why I'm grabbing it is because that brilliant yellow green is starting to run out. And I don't want to fight with my paint bottle. I exchanged it for one that's just pouring right out. Alrighty then. Apparently. I'll float over here because that's way too much paint. Wasting paint. I don't know if this one is semi-opaque or very opaque. I'm not sure. It looks pretty opaque so far, but I do have a lot of paint on here. But that is absolutely okay, because we are going to pull some up. Okay. This paint is kind of old, so might not print the best. I see it sort of bubbling there. Let's add to that bubbliness with some bubble wrap. I already used it a couple of times. Bubble wrap is a really awesome found at home sort of jelly printing tool. And I also have, let's do a piece of cardboard with some string wrapped around it. Let's do that here. And here. And then we'll do a mesh bag. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. I think it had shells in it. I'm not sure. We'll do that sort of here. And here. And oh, I wanted to use something, but now for the life of me, I can't remember what in the world it was I wanted to use. Here's some more of those shapes I was telling you about, which reminded me what I wanted. And up here we'll do a sort of squiggle. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. Now I remember. Excuse me. I also have these pieces of craft foam. I got them at Joann's, I think. And I cut them up into all different shapes with all different types of scissors. And they can be used in the same way that I just used that card. You just really pick a spot and sort of draw onto the jelly plate. And it makes all sorts of really cool marks. All right, we're gonna dab you. I want to pick up a little bit of that green. Just a little bit. Not a whole bunch. Because it is more opaque than I kind of wanted. And it's already drying, which is good. Because we're going to add another layer of color, of course. Should we do a full-on brayer? Or should we daub it on with one of our daubers? I think we will add a full layer of color. Maybe. Maybe not with that one, though. Because that one's opaque. And I want one that is a bit transparent. And I'm pretty sure Southern Ocean Blue is pretty transparent. I'm almost positive. All right, a little Southern Ocean Blue. Get off. There we go. And we will brayer this on. Oh, some raw umber would look so pretty with the Southern Ocean Blue. I think my home is drier today than it was yesterday because my paint is just dry. I'm ready. Let's go do the next thing. And I think we are indeed going to do that. We're going to add some of this raw umber from the last time we added, and it's running out already. Just a little bit here in the bottom corner, maybe a little bit on one of the top corners, because I don't want a lot. I really like that darkening of the edges technique. And this time we're just doing it with a brayer instead of a dauber. You can also paint on jelly plates. I've seen lots of people paint, do beautiful, beautiful paintings, all sorts of things, from portraits to landscapes to different abstract designs. There's so many things that you can do with a jelly plate. Which again, I think is really the cool thing about jelly plates. We are going to do this one on this brighter green scrapbooking paper. Oh, my hand is green. There we go. Told you if I was going to dye my sleeves, I would rather dye it with green. Told you that the other day. And we'll see whether or not if this one's ready to go right away. And then I showed you some of the homemade things. So I think we'll get into the real nitty gritty, and I'll pull out some real stencils now. I'm going to use a old card now. Trying to find one that I don't mind showing. Just an old card. It's not a credit card. It's for gas stations. But I don't know where all in the world They have these kinds of gas stations, and I don't know if this is like private information. I have no idea. It's just a membership card. I don't have anything on it. Okay. I think we might pull this one up right away too, but it still feels pretty wet on the edges. So, by the way, I don't know if I said that the other day. That's kind of how you know when a page is ready to be pulled. When you first lay it down, the paper feels kind of cold and very, very slightly damp. Not moist, not wet, not dripping. It just feels very slightly damp. And after a while, it starts to heat up. Like here in the middle, I can tell it's ready to be pulled. It's warm. It's the same temperature as my hands. So when a YouTuber or an artist or something says warm, they don't mean like hot to the touch or anything like that. They just mean like room temperature, the same temperature as your hands are at the moment. All right, we might leave those edges because they're not going to get ready in time. And I would like to make at least one more cool print with you today. At least. Oh, that's nice. This is this one. Very cool, I think. I'm going to set this one aside to dry also. Somewhere. Wherever it wants to live. It wants to live on the floor. Still here. Okay. This last one, I think we're really going to go all out. If I can remember where I put my stencils, we'll do that. Oh, they're right here on the table. Silly. Oh, you can also use paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls, corks. I have a bunch of corks. They make cool circles. We are going to use, I know what everyone really wants to see. We're on to another brownie green page, and I don't really want to be. Okay. We'll be on a brownie green page. Southern Ocean Blue. We're going to flip it and do the back side of this scrapbooking paper. If I remember when it's time. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be so loud. Just throw that. Southern Ocean Blue again, because it's a very light, semi-transparent, semi-opaque paint, and that is what I want from my first layer here. And now, I know what it is that you have been waiting for. You are waiting for some Tim Holtz stencils. I knew it. Don't try to kid me. Don't pretend this isn't what you've been waiting for, because I know. I know the truth. I need the sheet of paper here. I am just placing it on top of a stencil And then I am wiping my sleeve because, again, I'm trying to turn it green. I told you if I was going to turn a sleeve green, it was, or if I was going to change the color of a sleeve, it was going to be green. That is nice. Gonna do another one here on the top. Probably not with this paper though. I picked up some green. I don't want to be splattering color all over the place. All right, that paper is done for now because it has a splotch of green on it. And right there, I think we'll do another one. And right there. And then again, right behind you, I'm going to toss this stencil right in the water. I don't want it to get acrylic paint stuck on it because I use it for other things also. Some of my stencils I don't care and I just let acrylic paint build up on them. Makes them stronger. But those I use for a bunch of different things. Let's use one of these. I don't use these very often because they're just so big and they take up so much room. Let's just do it, right? Yeah. And actually, let's dab a color through those. Put a little bit of this bright aqua green, which is kind of like a patina color. It's a blue-green. I have other dabbers. There we go. It's a different dabber. And I'm just applying it through the stencil. I know my hands are probably in your way, but you'll see when I move over to a different thing, you will be able to see that I am just pouncing away. This stencil will not fit in that bucket of water. I gotta think what I'm gonna do about that. But I rarely use these stencils, and I think that's why it doesn't really fit in my water bucket. So and they're huge, so I know every time I pull them out, as soon as I use it, I'm gonna have to run and go rinse it off. I gotta stop everything I'm doing, run to the sink. Luckily, the sink is right next to me. Not like in this room, but it's the room next to me. So it's not far to run. It's just cumbersome, especially when you have chronic pain. Getting up and going to do something else and then coming back and sitting down, it all adds up through the day. It gets pretty painful over time. Let's add some more. I can English, I promise. Let's add some green because I'm getting tired of looking at that patina color all plain like it is. Of course, you could guess that the paints that I'm thinking about buying right now, there's a lot of blue and green colors. I like other colors. One of these days I'll sit down and record some of the art that I've made in the past. I use a variety of different colors, every color of the rainbow. The only color I have a pretty hard time with is pink. I just don't know how to blend pink very well. I really don't. I don't know what looks good with it. I really don't know how to make it look good with other colors, and I don't know. I've tried and tried and tried, and I'm just never super, that's not true. It's not often that I am very satisfied with the results. Oh, that's nice. I don't want to pause. I don't want to pause. I don't want to pause. I'm gonna sploosh it in the bucket and hope it lasts for a minute. I need to clear my throat. I'm gonna use some more Southern Ocean blue. No, some phthalo blue. Yeah, we could do that. We could do phthalo. We're gonna do some of this right here and one of these in just a moment. Just some phthalo over here. Excuse me, I apologize. This dauber is seeing some better days. Let's try this blue one. It too has seen better days, but at least it's just mostly dyed. Okay. After this, I promise we'll leave it alone. Maybe I'll do another raw umber border and then we'll pull it and see how it looks. Come up. Oh, it's so pretty. I really, really, really like that. I want to do one more stencil up here in this top right corner. And I am a big fan of dragonflies, so I think I'm going to do this way. Yeah, right there. It's a little crooked, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I was gonna do another Tim Holtz stencil, but we have many, many, many opportunities to do some stenciling here upcoming when we start putting this book together, so no worries. I don't want to keep you here too long. Tuck you underneath. Ooh, so pretty. All right, now raw umber border. Raw umber and Southern Ocean blue border. Not all of the paint is dry, but you know what? Kind of okay with that. If it wants to blend a little bit, that's not a bad thing in my eyes. This one, I don't mind if it is thick, and I don't mind so much if it's a little more opaque. We will start down here on the bottom because it's had a little bit more of an opportunity to dry. Just mixing the paint here in the bottom corner. Move this. Mixing the paint at the top here. Really want to give that dragonfly a moment to make sure it's dry before I brayer right over it, because I really like it. Goodness, I gotta oil my brayer. Who knew? Who knew brayers needed to be oiled so desperately? Sounds horrible, like I'm like killing a little metal brayer as I paint. It's like, no, please. I've done my job. I want to retire. You've had a short life, don't complain. All right, we are gonna do this print right here. I will pull it as quickly as I can, and then we will wrap it up for the day. I will finish gel printing. You will, of course, see all of my results. And the next time we meet, we will talk about signatures, pages, how many, that sort of thing. So let's lay this down. And what I think I'll do now, because I really want this one to have a minute to dry, is I will definitely pause you. I will go rinse off my stencils while this dries. And then when we come back, I'll give you a show and we'll a look at how it came out. And then we'll wrap things up and talk about what is upcoming. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, not sure how long I was gone, but it took me a minute. Stencils can be difficult to wash, especially when they have a lot of little fiddly pieces. Oh wow, this came out really nice. Really, really, really pretty. I like that a lot. Still see the dragonfly, just barely, but it is there. Yeah. And we will go on. I will go on. I will go. Okay. We'll continue to make more jelly prints. And I will show you the results. And the next video that we make, we'll be folding these papers, fitting them into signatures, talking about how many pages you need in a signature, what that means, cutting them to size. I will attempt to give you measurements if I can remember, and also, if I can remember, I will attempt to give you measurements in both imperial and metric, because I would like to be able to do that for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you enjoyed the prints that we made together. If you did, if you liked the prints, if you learned something new, if you enjoyed the process or liked the idea of it, leave a like. That, again, you know, it really helps me. It lets me know what you like and what you want to see more of. And comment. Just down a little bit lower, you can leave a comment. Tell me what you're working on. Ask me questions about the project. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really, really excited to get into this whole crazy art world process with you and show you some of the things that I can do. I have been an artist most of my life. I work on canvas. I make junk journals, mixed media journals, art journals, crafts, all different sorts of crafts, from like painted boxes to The other day I was telling you in my previous video, I made some puzzle boxes for our pet cat Salem. I do everything, like yarn, color, paint, you know, I do a little bit of everything. And I'm really excited to share some of that with you all. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!